Something drastic shifted in the U.S. economy between January and August of 2025. And if you aren't looking specifically at the data for Black women, you are missing the most critical story in the labor market. We often hear about the economy in broad strokes, but here at the BlackMetrics, we don't do broad strokes. We look at the disaggregated data, and the data is flashing red. In just 8 months, the unemployment gap between Black and white women didn't just grow, it exploded. Today, we are breaking down exactly what happened, the federal policy decisions that drove it, and why the safe path to the middle class is suddenly looking dangerous. Let's get straight into the numbers. We are looking at Bureau of Labor Statistics, BLS data, seasonally adjusted for ages 16 and up. In January 2025, the unemployment rate for Black women sat at 5.4%, high but relatively stable. By August 2025, that number spiked to 7.5%. That is a 2.1 percentage point increase in less than a year. Now, to understand the severity of that, we have to look at the comparison. What happened to white women during this exact same period? Their unemployment rate actually dropped. It went from 3.7% in January down to 3.5% in August. Think about that divergence. One group sees tightening labor markets and more opportunity. The other sees a rapid deterioration. In January, the gap between Black and white women was 1.7 percentage points. By August, that gap had widened to 4 points. This isn't just noise or monthly fluctuation. This is a signal. And when we look for the why, the data points us toward a very specific culprit: the public sector. Historically, the public sector, federal, state, and local government jobs, has been the backbone of the Black middle class, especially for Black women. These jobs offered stability, benefits, and protection against the volatility of the private sector. But in 2025, that backbone started to crack. Independent analysis and coverage from Axios and The Guardian confirm that federal employment is down by approximately 97,000 jobs year to date. This downsizing wasn't random. The cuts were concentrated in agencies that have historically had high shares of Black women employees. Agencies like the Department of Education, the Consumer Financial Protection Bureau, and USAID. When you cut the federal workforce, you are not cutting faceless bureaucrats. In 2025, you are disproportionately cutting Black women. Now, I want to get technical for a moment because this is the BlackMetrics, and we care about the details. One counter-argument you might hear is, maybe the unemployment rate went up because more Black women entered the workforce and started looking for jobs. That would be a good problem to have, but that is not what happened. We tracked the employment levels, the actual raw number of people working. From March through May, employment levels for Black women fell. They rebounded slightly in June and July, but by August, we were still below where we started in January. This confirms that people were losing jobs, not just entering the market. So what is the bottom line? The story of 2025 is a story of divergence. While the broader economy stabilized for some, a specific policy shift, federal downsizing, pulled the rug out from under Black women. We are going to keep monitoring this 3-month moving average to see if this is a permanent structural change or a temporary shock. But right now, the data is clear. The safety net of public sector employment is fraying. I'm Jax, and this is the BlackMetrics. Make sure you subscribe so you don't miss the data. The mainstream news gloss is over. And don't forget to visit my blog page and check out the Own Your African Roots store. Links are right there in the channel bio.